With a Walmart Plus membership, you can get fresh groceries delivered free the same day. Because planning family dinners is so simple. Said no parent ever. You've got one kid who's a vegan today, another who only eats dinosaur-shaped nuggets, you've got soccer practices and flugelhorn practices. You've got enough on your plate. Walmart Plus has you covered. Get fresh groceries and more at the low prices you love with free same-day delivery. Walmart Plus. Start your free trial today. $35 order minimum. Restrictions apply. See membership details.
Finally, a bed that senses snoring and automatically responds. Meet the Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic, our first system that detects snoring, then automatically adjusts by raising the bed. Get your best sleep, all night, every night. For a limited time, save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets and experience the deep, undisturbed sleep of Tempur-Pedic. Get full offer details at TempurPedic.com.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Super J-Cast. I'm Joel, joined by David McDonald. It is Thursday 24th of February 2022. This is episode 199.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it. This is mad.
We should end it now.
Of this
We should end it. We should just Betty White it. Just get close to 200 but just not quite make it.
Have next week's podcast just be like 3 minutes and Damon got out of the shower and the whole thing was a dream.
That seems familiar. What a day. What a tiring day. I was really at my wit's end today. I was like, oh my god.
What happened?
Just everything. Like at one point I was just like, there's like three things in my life that give me joy. I was struggling with like finding the third. It was like I don't know. I was just like, God, I don't know. It's. I've been on. This year has been a weird year for me. A real weird year. I don't know. I gotta go back to Mexico or something. I need to go fall. I need a kid to push me into a pool. Is what I need.
I've got a kid
somebody's
here
up. There's a kid right on cue.
I tried so quietly to get up. It's 5 a.m. here.
Oh no!
Really quietly, but then she thought, oh, it must be morning time, so she's up.
Guess what was number 2? Baby Esther was number 2 on my list.
Oh, so you can take her a little bit.
Well, look. At least. We've got lots of pro wrestling to talk about, don't we? Of New Japan variety. There's a lot going on. Kind of happy with that.
There is. I might have to move things around because I'm scared that we won't get through all of it. So my strong segment, I may have to bump till the end.
Oh,
I'm thinking we do Golden Series.
I guess Rocky's check didn't go through. I'm sorry. Imagine if that were the case.
Some people already think it is.
I know. Isn't that great? But as many people think we get paid by so many people, we should be millionaires. You know, we should be Scrooge McDucking into a vat of coins. Lo and behold, I just got off a client call meeting. I don't want to jump out a window. Trust me, New Japan ain't giving a shit. As a matter of fact, they give us. You know what? I take that back. There are people that give us plenty, and there are people that don't even know we're alive. So, whatever.
One day, I've told you this before, but the dream I had about being in a WhatsApp group with Okada. One day that's going to come true, I'm sure. If I keep doing this long enough, one day he'll acknowledge me. What
would I ask him? I'd be like, how you feeling? I'd be like, you want to sprint? Want to race? I bet I beat you.
Let's go fishing. Let's go get some ice cream.
See, you know what? You're just a better person than I am. I just want to feel better than him. You want to let's go fishing. That'd be nice. Ever go fishing? I don't think I did go fishing once.
No, never.
No, I don't think I would like it. Do you think you would like it?
Not really. I don't like the idea of it. It just seems a bit cruel. But
listen to you, Mr. Sushi Guy. What do you think of falls on the
but that's it. I'm a
sky?
massive hypocrite. I will eat the animal once it's dead and processed and on my plate. But the actual process of killing it myself, I'm not interested. I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, right. That's me in a nutshell. Yeah, here's all right. You know what I need too? I need help from our listeners. I need help from you. I know we're off track already, but this is one of my big problems. So again, I work from home. I got an home office that I work in, and I start early. I got a neighbor, and their dog barks. First of all, they leave the dog out all the time, and the dog barks and howls all fucking day long, and it's literally right against my window. What do I do?
Have you asked the neighbour? Have you spoken to them about it, or you
Great question.
Don't feel comfortable doing that?
I don't give a shit about that. If they spoke English, I would have no problem. They don't speak a drop of English.
What language do they speak?
Spanish, I think. And here's the thing, too. You want another thing? You want another little fun fact? So when they moved in, Cheryl was like, I want to get them something for Christmas because it was right around Christmas time last year. Got them a plate of cookies. Big thing of cookies. Wasn't even acknowledged. Never acknowledged. I don't like them.
That's very impolite.
I thought so, too.
That's bad form.
Bad form. I said, what do I do about this fucking dog besides poison it? I don't mean that, of course.
What do you think, Esther? What should Damon do about the dog? Is there some sort of noise?
I was thinking about like a dog whistle. And I'll train the dog.
Crazy, wouldn't it?
Right now. But here's the thing, though. Now I'm fucking training their dog. Like I'm like, what? That's their responsibility, isn't it? And here's the thing,
That's
Joel.
a tough one. I think maybe we'll have to leave that one open for the listeners.
All right, I need help. Yeah,
and give us suggestions what to do here.
Yeah, I need Snowboy to check in on that. I need Snowboy's advice on life.
He doesn't listen to us, come on.
He doesn't. I thought he listened.
No, he thinks New Japan stinks.
Ah,
big AEW fan.
I love the Snowboy. All right, who else can we tap into? I can't ask Antonio. Antonio. No.
Yeah, Antonio. Come on, Antonio.
Antonio? You think Antonio can help with this?
Yeah.
All right.
Mixelplix.
Mixelplix.
Help us out.
All right. How about our friends in Texas? They like guns. Maybe they can get me one. Smoke one up.
Oh, dear.
It's just really gotten to be a problem. It really has, because, again, there's dogs that bark all the time. I don't have a problem with a barking dog. I have a problem with it just all fucking day long, Joel. All day. I can't concentrate. I gotta put on earbuds in my own fucking house to work. Doesn't that seem preposterous?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That must be really frustrating for you.
Don't do this to me. Don't say that. Don't do that.
What? Acknowledging your frustrations and being a sympathetic listener.
That must be very frustrating. I know. You sound like my psychiatrist. I'm like, yes, and then I got to explain myself. Like you're acknowledging my feelings. I get it.
Okay. I won't do it anymore. Fuck you. Fuck your feelings.
That's honestly, that's more honest. I wish you would say that to me. That would make me feel much better. And writing that fucking big check. At least I know she's listening to me. Douchebag. You know what? I don't like her. I do like her, but she's...
What, you're a psychiatrist?
Yeah, she's so... She does that all the time, and it drives me nuts. Oh my God, I sound like Tony Soprano right now, don't I? Holy fuck. Oh, Meadow.
Stay away from the diners.
Yeah, right. But it don't stop. By the way, Journey's
there
in
we
town
go. There's
tonight.
a great way to end the 200th episodes. Just do the Sopranos.
Somebody shoot me in the head? What?
You know, Journey's in town. Just the episode just ends abruptly, and everyone's like, "What? What happened? Was that the ending? That can't be the ending."
Mally's trying to parallel park. I got onion rings for the table. I know that show. I've seen that show. That's one of those shows where I've seen a ton of episodes, but I've never seen it in order. Like I'll just watch random bits of it, but I feel like I've seen the whole fucking series. That's one of them. I like that show. I do like it. All right, enough. I'm sorry, Joe. I'm off the rails today.
No, I was actually planning on doing a Sopranos rewatch myself because I've watched it
you
once.
Want to do it together?
I think I was. Yeah. Okay. When New Japan has eventually pissed us off to the point at which we don't want to watch anymore, we'll turn this into a Sopranos podcast.
I would do a Sopranos, and I wouldn't even call it a rewatch for me because again, I feel like I've watched a lot of it, but I don't think I've watched it in order. I would do that with you. I would do that with you.
All right, done.
I would do that.
We'll do an episode a week, with or without the New Japan talk.
I'm telling you right now, I'm looking forward to that. I really would. I would do it. I swear to God, I would do it. All right. We can't do this because now I'm excited about that. Let's talk about New Japan. Again, there's a lot going on, so there is. I'm fucking the show up. So go ahead.
Okay, all right. Let's go. I'll do straight into the Golden Series. Let's start Saturday, February 19th in Hokkaido Prefectural Sports Center. Undercard, fine. Nothing really to write home about. Although, fourth match, Great-O-Khan defeating Tomoaki Honma, 12 minutes, 15 seconds. Way better than it had any right to be. Yeah. And I always say that about these Honma singles matches. I'm not sure if you saw it, but Honma is a guy that I hand wave because he's barely mobile. As I said on Twitter, he looks like a guy wrestling in a full suit of medieval armor. But weirdly, when he does get these singles matches, he manages to make them strangely compelling. And I do get into them, and they beat each other up a lot. They slap the hell out of each other. I thought that one was actually really good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. And the thing about him is that Honma is, he's been he's not. He's not 23, and I'm saying that not to point at his physical shortcomings. I'm saying that to be like the guy knows how to fucking get the most out of everything he has. And I really felt like I saw that. And that's one thing that stuck with me was that he's trying as hard as he can. That's the one thing I cannot take away from him. He might not be able to do what his mind is asking his body to do, but at least his mind is fucking, is there, and he's. And
you say that, but in his promos, he's always going on. This year I wanted to win the G1.
Stop it!
And go on to Wrestle Kingdom.
You should worry about getting out of bed. Are you kidding me?
But yeah, good stuff between them two, and the Okan singles match series continues. It's been good stuff there. I'm going to jump straight ahead to the sixth match, which is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Championship 4-way match with Team 6 or 9 winning the match. 12 minutes, 22 seconds. It was Taguchi who got the win over Tiger Mask with that number 9. And they became the 69th IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. Classic Catch says, have Kevin and Chris ever mentioned that Taguchi and Wato are called 6 and 9 and that they're the 69th champions and that Taguchi was the 69th junior champion? Well, Taguchi doesn't shut up about it, so even if Kevin and Chris don't cover it, I'm sure Taguchi's got you back there. These sort of junior tag 4-way matches, it's been a while since we've had a 4-way, I seem to recall, and they were a big feature of like the early Bushiroad days. Like you couldn't, every Wrestle Kingdom would open with a junior tag 4-way, and there were criticism about that. People saying, just let them have a 2-on-2 match. Everyone's getting lost in the shuffle. It's just a whole lot of nothing. But now that we don't see them so frequently, I was looking forward to this one, and I actually thought it was really, really good. I thought it was a nice showcase of the current junior division in New Japan. It was like this is like basically half of the Best of Super Juniors block from last year, dumped them all in the ring together and said, go out there and do some fun stuff. And there were a lot of crazy high spots there. I thought it was really well laid out, organised. There was a nice sprint. I thought perfect timing. You don't really want to go much over 12 minutes when you've got 8 junior heavyweights flying around together. And I thought this one was a lot of fun. Yeah.
I mean, they made the most out of a situation where, you're not going to have much time to shine, but when you do, you could do pretty much anything you want to do. And you're right. You did. It was like 2/3 of the Best of the Super Junior in that ring. That is a good point. And the 69 references, of course, look, you can't tell me Chris and Kevin don't like a good dick joke, right? And they can't always find spots for it. So when they find a spot, they're gonna use it. They're don't give them an opening. They're going to walk through it. Yeah, I thought it was good. A little disappointed that I didn't see my heel turn. I was kind of hoping for that, but other predictions kind of came to pass. But yeah, it was good. It was. I don't want to say it was a great match. I don't know if it was a very good match. I thought it was a good match that wasn't boring, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think I would rather have the junior tag championship match like this, like a 12-minute 8-man sprint, than being the main event of one of these Road 2 shows where they're going, 35 minutes and they really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because I've got sort of fatigue with the latter, but they felt like a breath of fresh air, personally.
And here's the thing, too. Again, you give them the total match, that time restraint, and then you have, 8 guys in the ring. When you have time to shine, you can do your hottest move, or you can do something spectacular in that time frame that the spotlight is on you in the match, right? So it kind of enhances the fact that you don't have to do much, but when you do something, it can be pretty cool. So, yeah. All right. So now we got the 69th champions. Good for Taguchi. He's a guy that probably, and again, I hate saying deserves having a championship. He probably deserves to have some gold around his waist, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think his work has been solid to good. Yeah. And at some points, very, very good. Again, we say that about most people in New Japan, but tap on the shoulder to Gooch is always great to watch.
Right, and that's exactly what that division feels like. That always at least very good, or good, always at least good. That's the tag situation for juniors. But, and I will say this, it does kind of freshen things up a little bit, right? Because we were left, we were just going back and forth between ELP and Bullet Club and
they might be breaking up soon. If you watch the backstage stuff, there's definitely a bit of distance growing between him and Ishimori. So
there's a lot of shit going on. Yeah, there's Bullet Club's in trouble. I guess merch sales.
We'll come on to that. That's when we start talking about Strong. We have a lot of questions about that and one Jay Huaito, but we'll save that for now. Let's go on to the 7th match here, which was the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Championship match with the champions, Bishamon, as they're calling themselves now, Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto, defeating the challengers Yujiro Takahashi and Evil in 60 minutes 51 seconds with a Shoto. And I suppose the notable thing here was Goto must have sat down and listened to the Super J-Cast episode with Kevin Kelly, where Kevin was imploring the Chaos Boys to fight back, and he brought a big stick with all hoops on the end of it, and that seemed to make the difference. And he beat up the House of Torture with his stick, so it was just a load of sticks at war here. There was Yujiro's rod and Yoshihashi's pole, and just lots of sticks in the ring.
Yeah.
I suppose these House of Torture matches, for me, now fall into three categories now. The one is where there's all the shenanigans and bullshit and dick punches and ref bumps and dick togo, and House of Torture win, and the baby faces and referee look like idiots, and everyone gets annoyed. Or where the baby faces manage to overcome the odds, and we actually get a decent finish to the match that doesn't have a load of shit that causes you to break your suspension of disbelief. And the good guys win and everyone's happy, and people like me go, oh yeah, look, this House of Torture thing works, because when the good guys win, it's fun and enjoyable. And then I would say the outlier, the third kind of match where they actually wrestle a clean finish, like Evil and Ishii did last week. But yeah, this fell into the second category. I quite like this. I thought this was decent.
Yeah, this was Bill Watts, fucking standing tall, with his bat in the ring, warding off Eddie Gilbert and the Russians. That's look. This what they're trying to do is create this heel faction that runs roughshod over the promote, and we all get it. And then here come your baby faces to unite and take care of business, right? The problem is that A, nobody cares about the heels, and B, nobody really kind of is asked for this, and C, the guy who's winds up looking like out of all that we've seen, who's the guy that looks the strongest so far? Hiroki Goto. right? A guy that, let's be honest here, not many people have them on their shirt list of favorite wrestler. So
favorite dad, yes. Favorite wrestler, no.
Yeah, right. So okay, all right. I mean, if this is a good, solid mid-card feud. And as long as it stays good, solid mid-card feud, I'm going to be truthful. I don't have any problem with it. And I kind of
and as long as solid, good, solid mid-card feud doesn't mutate into 3 solid, good mid-card. No, 4. So right. I don't want to see Sho and Yo going at it, and Evil and Ishii going at it, and Bishamon and Evil and Yujiro going at it, and the 6-man championships going over it within the space of like 2 shows. That's too much. Once on a big show like this, fine.
Correct. I mean, not for nothing, but I think we got a good fill of Yujiro on top, of 2 cards, which is, I don't know. I'm kind of over that. So yeah, I agree with what you said. If this were just stuck in a it doesn't bleed over to 15 matches on the show, that'd be great too. Yeah, so good point.
Main event was the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship match with SANADA defeating the champion Hiroshi Tanahashi in 29 minutes 26 seconds with a Japanese leg roll clutch to become the 13th United States champion. Bash says, is SANADA winning the US belt from Tana the new Rainmaker shock, as referred to on commentary? What's it with this belt being a one defense belt and being flipped so much? Mox to Archer, to Tana, then to Kenta, back to Tana, and now to SANADA. Do you think he gets a run with the belt? Matthew says, I really like SANADA to get a good run with it, to get him having regular defenses, some more technically based matches, as opposed to the more hardcore rules it's mostly been defended under recently. And Andrew says, fantasy book the SANADA US tour. Will it start a new boom period in US wrestling? We're not sure about that, but I thought this was a really, really good match. It exceeded my expectations because these two can be really good. I've seen them have great matches in the G1, but as I said on the preview, SANADA can be very hit or miss. I actually think this was one of his best performances. I think it was wrestled at a pace that didn't expose him. I feel when you get to the very sort of high-paced, intricate back and forth reversal spots in New Japan main events, he can get a bit lost sometimes and things tend to fall apart. But we didn't get that at all here. Sloppy SANADA did not turn up. So maybe it was wrestling the match at a Tanahashi pace that helped him. And I thought it showcased his strengths. It played into his strengths as a grappler. When he does those pinning combination back and forth, he's very good, very smooth with those. And one thing I thought we saw from him, which we don't usually see, is we actually saw a lot of fire going into that closing stretch. He fired up. He was shouting. He was passionate. He was laying the forearms in. I mean, I know his strikes couldn't break an egg, but the fact that he showed those emotional levels to his performance, I really enjoyed. So I thought this was a really good match. Didn't outstay its welcome. And dare I say, I'm looking forward to seeing what his United States Championship reign looks like.
Okay. And again, last week I talked about, that I wouldn't be surprised if SANADA did win. I think a lot of credit that was put on SANADA in this match can really be transferred over to Tanahashi, who no doubt called this match, who no doubt made him shine. Let me take that back. Helped him to shine. And I think a lot of that credit needs to go to Hiroshi Tanahashi. Like, there's no...
He's so good at that. Yeah. Like, knowing, okay, I'm wrestling this guy. These are what his strengths are. These are what his weaknesses are. Hide the weaknesses, showcase the strengths, and he, more often than not, manages to get the best out of his opponent.
Yeah. I mean, I think, if I were a betting man, Tanahashi's calling that match. And that's the result. Now, again, if you told me last week, if you said, hey, this is the SANADA you're getting, this is the ceiling that you're getting, I would be thrilled with that. I'd be very happy with that. I still think that SANADA has another level. I don't even think this was this wasn't a great Tanahashi match, but this was a really good SANADA match. Don't you think?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. As far as SANADA matches go, like I said, one of his best in recent memory.
Right. So I think that's what makes it so front and center. One, that, we're starving for good matches. So I think there's a little bit of a curve. Two, that's not to say that this was not a very good match. It was a very good match. Tanahashi's in the ring there, and he's helping making that happen. Because we've seen SANADA with other dance partners. And here's the thing, we've seen SANADA with Tanahashi too. It's not like, it always works. But hey, look, the planets were aligned. SANADA found a way to make it happen. Tanahashi helped them through it. And listen, we got ourselves a good match. And I would recommend people who haven't seen it to watch. That's the level I thought of good we were at.
Outstanding. Okay, so Sunday, February the 20th, the second day of the New Year's Golden Series in Hokkaido. I am going to skip ahead to the sixth match, which was the KOPW 2022 Championship match. Toru Yano defeating Minoru Suzuki, 30 minutes, 48 seconds.
30 minutes.
In the 13.
13?
Felt like 30. In the dog cage match. Look, I said, people getting excited when Suzuki won that Rambo at Wrestle Kingdom, say, oh, okay, he's going to have a long reign and have sort of, Pancrase style matches. And no. He's keeping it warm for Yano. This is the Yano comedy belt. This is just to give Toru Yano something to do, for better or for worse. If you like it, great. This is what you're getting. Otherwise, KOPW, it's the hand wave for me. It's the Yano comedy mid-card belt. What do you want? This match was horrible. I hated it.
Yeah. Was it your worst match of the year so far? Least favorite?
Yeah.
It's up there, isn't it?
It's up there or down there.
Yeah. Well, look. I wasn't expecting anything. So yeah, it was.
The fact that it was only 13 minutes, fine. I mean, where KOPW takes the piss is when it starts going over 20, 25 minutes. Then it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
Well, even Suzuki has a brain. He's not going out there and doing fucking 30-minute gimmick matches. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to keep it short and sweet. Like, every one of those matches that he did on that last tour, I don't think anyone was over 15 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's fine. It's Yano's little play thing. I still blame Okada for this whole thing. I blame. That's
advertising, wasn't it? I mean, if it had Yano been proposing it and suggesting, I've got this idea and I can have funny matches with silly stipulations, then at least we know what we were getting. But we were misled, Damon.
We always are. And here's the thing. I hate to say it, and people are going to be like, but history is on my side on this one. Every time they come up with one of these wacky belts or championships or ultimate, the U30 champion and the fuck, every time, and I know I only gave one example, but I'm sure there was others, they all just kind of flop. They all just kind of this is another one. I don't know. I don't know why they keep going with it. That's what I don't understand. Like, I don't know. I think this is all just a big marketing ploy so that they can get dopes to vote. Like, you don't have to submit your email address, do you? You just
no,
press
it's just on Twitter. Twitter polls.
Then I'm an idiot. Then I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I thought maybe they had some way to track and
just sending people's marketing details.
Yeah, that's what I really thought it was. All right, then it's even worse than I thought, because now there's really no purpose whatsoever than just to give Yano something to do. So all right, whatever, fuck it. Who cares, right?
Speaking of who cares, Never Six-Man Tag Championship match with House of Torture, Sho, Yujiro, Evil defeating Yo, Yoshihashi, and Goto. 17 minutes, 7 seconds. Yujiro, huge, getting the pin over Yoshihashi following the big juice. Andrew says, can you evaluate House of Torture's 2022? Has Golden Series moved them closer to love to hate than straight up hate?
Nah, I'm at fast forward to I see a finish and then rewind maybe 2 or 3 clicks. That's where I'm at with House of Torture. I don't know about you, Joel.
I don't know. They're kind of growing on me.
Really?
This might be my sort of belligerent, brainworms, Shin Nihon freak kind of way, where I just like see everyone shitting on them and thinking, come on, they're all right.
Wow.
But this match was okay. Again, 6-man championship belt, absolutely fine spot for House of Torture. I think, all the silliness and the shenanigans, it kind of works within the context of those matches. I just don't want to see too much of it. I don't want to see Sho and Yo doing the shit that they did for God God knows how long that was. I've tried to erase that from memory. That actually would be probably my worst match of the year so far. But this Never Six-Man Championship, fine. They can keep that. Because as much as I love the Chaos Reign, and I thought that was fantastic, I don't think that was sustainable long term. I mean, you can't do 36-minute Korakuen Hall defenses all the time, and it needed freshening up. And I'm okay with these guys having it. It can be like a fun little long-term story. Who's going to dethrone the dastardly heel champions? Blah 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 blah. It's fine.
Okay, fine. I will say this though, and again, it's February 23rd here on the East Coast in the U.S. of A. Just a simple yes or no. Have the Never Six-Man titles, who a title that struggled in the past to have anyone give a shit about, have its and last year had its shine a little shinier. Has it taken a step back? Yes or no?
Yes, I mean, how could it not when you're having these big half-hour work rate matches compared to 15-minute shenanigan matches? I mean, there's no way around that. But I would say they haven't brought the prestige of the belts down to the level that it was before Chaos had them.
Okay. I think it's on. It's got one foot on a banana peel and the other one on the grave. In the grave. So it's a slippery slope. I'll come up with another sliding analogy in a moment, but it's like Astro Lube on your hand. I don't know. I just feel like there was a lot of work that went into making those titles special, and it just feels like it's losing that shine.
The main event was the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship with Kazuchika Okada in his second defense against Tetsuya Naito. 29 minutes, 34 seconds. Okada winning via Rainmaker.
Lovely.
This was so good. This was so good. This might be the best match they've had together, just purely from an in-ring standpoint. I mean, nothing is going to beat the atmosphere inside the Tokyo Dome on January 5th, 2020, and just fans just losing their shit and celebrating like football fans when he's landing that Stardust press to win the title. Nothing's going to top that. But the in-ring from this match was better than that one, and that one I thought was pretty fucking great. That one I thought was an all-timer, but this one, I mean, I cannot think of two wrestlers in this era at least with better synergy and chemistry than these two guys. Just like every second of this was some sort of reference or play on sequences that they had in prior matches. It's just like this one big organic evolving storyline between the two where they're countering each other's moves and they know each other inside out and everything flows perfectly. The counters, the transitions are just smooth as silk. This is just such great pro wrestling. This is maybe one of the best pro wrestling matches I've seen.
Wow.
And not particularly flashy. I mean, this is not Okada and Omega or Okada and Ospreay doing these sort of 500 mile an hour big high spots with big flips and stuff. But just the technical quality of this match and the execution was near flawless. And all the little callbacks, all the little ways they played into the spots from previous matches, like they did a little callback to the finishing sequence from Wrestle Kingdom 14 and just little twists on it. Oh, this time Okada managed to reverse the Valentia into his sit-out power driver, whatever it's called. It was just magnificent. And I almost got angry in a way watching this, that the clap crowd environment was unworthy of a match this good. So that was one thing I was just like, if only this was in front of real fans. And also what are they doing? Burning Naito for Okada's second defense on the February tour. What's going on here? But there was a lot of talk from Naito afterwards saying he wants to be in the Tokyo Dome main event next year. So, maybe that's just empty talk. But I think there could be something to that. I think this feud continues to be a money-drawing feud. I don't think this match has devalued it in any way, and I would still be just as excited to see it the next time because they're so fucking good at wrestling each other. So a few questions here. Andrew says, if you don't take the crowd into account, where does that rank in the Okada-Naito matches? Louis says, I'm a Naito guy, but that main event of Newest Golden Series was so good. where else are we going to get two wrestlers who can still get a crowd invested when there's only clapping around? I mean, we say clap crowds. The clap crowd was just like, fuck the clapping. When it came to Naito doing that Stardust press spot, they were yelling with the best of them. So Louis said, will we get Okada versus Naito at next year's main event of Wrestle Kingdom? So your thoughts, Damon?
Well, I agree with everything you said, number one. At the end of the day, this match gave me a lot of hope. You know what I mean? Like, you watch that match and it's like, okay, maybe things aren't that bad. And another thing, and even with these shows, it's like, it really showed that the cream rises to the top. And it shows like what, like the guys that are still head and shoulders above other guys in this promotion, like those two guys. And it helps because they have tremendous chemistry together, as you said. But they're just unbelievable pro wrestlers that you're blown away at how good they are and how good they are together. I would have no problem seeing it again. And that's another thing too. Like I don't like, it's one of those feuds and series that I wouldn't get tired of. You know, I wouldn't get tired of Okada and Kenny. I would never get tired of Tanahashi and Okada. They have another 5 matches in the series. And here's the thing, though. The common denominator is Okada. He's so fucking good. It's painful. It's amazing when Okada was on his run and people were like John Cena-ing him. You know? Like, oh, he doesn't fucking lose. Okada wins again. Like that, those absolute Neanderthals who went on that fucking that's just what a bunch of mouth breathers, just the worst. And again, the proof. You just watch this match. 2 years after the fact of people complaining about Okada winning, they go out there and give that kind of performance. Yeah, just great pro wrestling. Like, there's a lot to be down on, but every once in a while, like. Here's the thing with New Japan. They still find a way to deliver really good main events in big spots. They have done that throughout this pandemic. Like, the undercards might be absolute garbage, and you might fast forward through 90% of this fucking show. Boy, if you stick around for the fucking main events, they are a joy. And look, it might be a problem. It might be something that's concerning, but head and shoulders, man. Tanahashi, Okada, Naito, and the fourth guy. Listen, I like to put Shingo in that mix, but you could definitely put Ishii in that mix, or you could put fucking Ibushi in that mix. That's fine. But this promotion, man, those 3 guys are just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, they have to go down in history as one of the 3 best combos, you know, of all time of any promotion. I mean, you might have to go back and be like, okay, Flair, Steamboat, and Terry Funk. Okay, definitely we can argue. You could go Kawada, Misawa, and I don't know who you want to put in the mix. Stan Hansen. You want to fucking put Steve Williams. Whoever. All Japan 90s. Fine. And you want to go, you can go New Japan, Chono, Muda, Hashimoto. I mean, there's eras where you can make that argument. That's this era's argument. That's our representation. And I'm telling you, man, like they are hard to fucking beat, those 3. Hard to fucking beat. And if you need proof of that, in this era of dog shit and of clap crowds and of everything that is so depressing in pro wrestling, being fucking belly button deep in it, you got those 3 motherfuckers putting on performances like that make you, it gives you hope. It gives you fucking hope.
Yeah, I think when it comes to high-end main events, nobody can touch New Japan. I mean, they've certainly had their problems, and the bookings maybe not what it was, and the quality of the cars top to bottom are not as high as they were. But when it comes to great main events, I don't think there's any other promotion in the world that can do it quite like New Japan does. And I thought with these 2 shows, in a lot of ways, they put their best foot forward. I came away from these shows having enjoyed them and being excited about the promotion and the future, which I haven't always been able to say about some of these New Japan shows. But yeah, I thought overall this weekend of shows in Hokkaido were pretty good.
Not that they've been given the opportunity, Joel, but do you think that there's anyone else in that roster that's at that level?
I think Will Ospreay is on that level, personally.
Okay. I think he is a great pro wrestler. I really do. And he's had some fucking spectacular, don't get me wrong, great pro wrestler. I don't know if I put him up.
Also, there's not just him doing it with the likes of Okada or whatever. It's not just the high-level New Japan guys and Shingo and Ibushi. It's the fact that he's doing it everywhere in the UK with people like Michael Oku or Ricky Knight Jr. or whomever. I mean, to me, that's the sign of a guy who's pretty fucking good at pro wrestling.
Yeah. I don't know. So I don't know why I struggled to put him at that, put him there.
It's because you're a big old social justice warrior, Damon, and you can't get over his tweets. That's why. There's always been more problem with him.
Yeah, that's me. Guilty. Oh. All right. But yeah, I mean, Shingo, you could argue too, right? I don't know. I just. All right, let me ask you this. I know I say let me ask you this, and why don't I just ask you? I don't know why I asked permission. Is Ibushi in that mix? I would go Ibushi above Will. Yeah,
I don't know. I would say Ibushi a shade below. Because
wow, look at that.
Just there, I think he's an amazing pro wrestler, and I love him. But there have been matches that I think have gone off the rails with people, and I'm thinking about like that weird G1 block decided with Kenta and the G1 final with Sanada. There've just been matches where he hasn't been able to elevate his opponent the way that a lot of the other names you mentioned can.
He's had a long history in other promotions too. Oh,
Booze is going to kill me.
Oh my god, you're
so much heat from over this.
All right, let me ask you this: who would you rather sleep with?
What, Ibushi or Will?
Yeah,
well, definitely Ibushi.
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
I don't know. Maybe I think
beautiful man.
I think Will would like tug your hair and shit, make you feel dirty. I don't. What?
Yeah, I would not enjoy that.
You do. I know it.
My skin's crawling.
And you could talk in, British accent to British accent. It'd be fucking great. Oh, I'm getting turned on.
That's the thing. Like, a lot of British people can't stand his accent. He's got that Essex accent. And I think that's part of the gimmick. I think that works in his favour as a heel. But I think British people tend to react more viscerally to his accent than non-British people do.
Give me, as an American, what's the difference? What am I? Is it like a Manchester thing where you can't fucking understand Liam Gallagher at all?
It's basically just a southern accent, but I don't know. I can't really express this without getting myself cancelled.
Okay, I never get
a word that I would never use that people would have used in the past,
no, we're not
which
doing it.
I do not condone the use of, is chav.
Okay.
They would say he's got a chav accent, but I don't use that word. It's a bad word.
Is it a bad word?
Well,
I don't know. Is it? I'm asking. I don't know.
It's just it was.
I mean, we've never used
anniversary event. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah,
I'm not comfortable. Right, so Tuesday, March the 1st at the Nippon Budokan, we have the anniversary event coming up. First match, we got Oiwa, Yo, and Tiger Mask against Sho, Yujiro, and Evil. Second match, we have Minoru Tanaka, Taka Michinoku, and Taichi against El Phantasmo, Ishimori, and Bad Luck Fale. Third match is an interesting one. We've got the Glate Boys. It's El Lindemann, T-Hawk, and Sema against Doki, Kanemaru, and Desperado. Now, I'm looking forward to this one, and I'm quite excited about the possibility of further collaboration between the Strong Hearts guys and New Japan, because there's been a lot of talk from Desperado about matches with the likes of El Lindemann, something that I would love to see. What do you think, Damon? Do you think with this on the anniversary show and with Sema in the New Japan Cup, do you think we're likely to see more collaboration between Strong Hearts and New Japan?
I will say no, and I'll tell you why. Look, I don't know if you got your ears to the news, but Japan's opening up a little bit. and restrictions are being, and there's a lot of optimism. A lot of optimism in that New Japan office. Everybody's got a little pep in their step. So I think they were hoping it would be before New Japan Cup. I kind of get that sense that they were kind of hoping it would be before, but I think things are shaping up to be an interesting summer, and I don't know if there's going to be room. What do you think of that? I don't think there's going to be room. So I'll say they will be used sparingly at best.
Okay, the fourth match then, Yuji Nagata, Satoshi Kojima, Hiroshi Tenzan, and the returning Kota Ibushi against the Empire Boys. They're back. Aaron Hanare, Jeff Cobb, Will Ospreay, and Great Khan. Fifth match, we've got a special 10-man tag match with Shiro Koshinaka, Toru Yano, Ishii, Honma, Makabe against Bushi, Hiromu, Shingo, Naito, Sanada. Sixth match, another special tag match where the heavyweight champions are facing the junior champions. So we've got Bishamon, Yoshihashi, and Goto against Team 6 or 9, Master Wato and Ryusuke Taguchi. Seventh match, main event, NJPW 50th anniversary special match, Tatsumi Fujinami, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Kazuchika Okada versus Yoshiaki Fujiwara, Minoru Suzuki, and Zack Sabre Jr. That is, a huge feather in the cap of Zack being in the match alongside those legends, isn't it?
It is. I mean, look, it is a very Fire Pro Wrestling type fucking main event. And on paper, it is really cool. And trust me, there are pro wrestling fans that are like, they have a boner over this. Like, this is a real cool on paper match. I don't want to be the wet blanket. I don't want to be the party pooper. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer. 2/3 of the people in that fucking ring are 70 plus. Okay, we're not getting Tatsumi Fujinami of 1984. But again, the coolness factor of seeing all these guys in the ring, especially like it's a cool fucking thing. I'm excited for it. I will watch it. I think with smoke and mirrors, they can make this work. So it is. Look, it's cool. I have a smile on my face thinking of it. So I'm not gonna let that dissipate. I'm not, just because of we're in the year 2022. Fuck that. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy this one. Because on paper it is a fucking cool main event.
Yeah, I feel that this is a card that is not something that is getting me excited for this is going to be the work rate match of the year classic. This is the celebration, their 50th anniversary. So I think it's appropriate that they are leaning into the nostalgia and the celebration of the past. I mean, it's better to wheel out the likes of Fujinami and Fujiwara and have them in these showcased 6-man tag matches on very, very special occasions, rather than, doing what Noah would do and probably putting their heavyweight championship on guys like this. So.
It's a dig. Wow. Woo. Jeez. Oh, my God. I can't imagine the tweets you're going to get. Nobody listens to this show. Don't worry.
They'd agree with me. Come on. Anyway, so, yeah, this is an anniversary show that I think is all about the celebration of the past and the present, rather than being something like, oh, you've got to watch this. This is going to be an amazing match.
Yes, I would agree with that 100%. But again, I'll watch. I'm looking forward to this match. I am. So they won me.
And then the very next day, Wednesday, March the 2nd, also at Nippon Budokan, we have the opening round, or the first few matches from the New Japan Cup 2022, and all the champions are entering. It was a 48-man bracket. So it's so close to being 50. It was so close to being right, but there you go. I don't know, what do you think happened there if they had maybe 2 people pull out or something? But anyway, this is what we've got. So the card for Wednesday would be Sema against Taka Michinoku, Honma against Yoshihashi, Nagata against Goto, Makabe against Jeff Cobb, Yano against Taichi, Tanahashi versus Yo, Naito versus Yujiro, so Team No Limit finally having their one-on-one clash. And main event, Okada, heavyweight champion, against Despy, the junior champion. So that will be kicking off the New Japan Cup. And David, when they announced the 48 men in this New Japan Cup, you know what the first thing I thought of was?
What's that?
The Holiday Christopher Mace and his pick'em videos. We don't have one yet, but I'm really hoping that we do. I've tried to reach out to him on social media. Yeah, I haven't had a response yet, but I really hope that he does.
Oh my God, all 48.
What a treat they are.
Oh, what an absolute joy. I forgot all about him. I mean, that guy and his pick'ems is a yearly. I circle it on my calendar. Oh.
Yeah, we're a big big party in the Super J-Cast Discords. Even Voices of Wrestling Slack get excited about it. Christopher Mace is someone who unites the wrestling fandom. And
again, it is about his joy of pro wrestling and his he's like a Las Vegas bookie. You know, he's like sharp as a tack. His picks. I can't wait. Oh, I can't believe you reached out. You haven't heard. Come on. It was very important. Listen, that's a big bracket. He's probably still figuring it out. He's probably trying to figure out how to pronounce half those fucking names. His head's going to explode. God almighty.
It takes a lot of ingredients to fix or build a car, like cooking, but without the frozen dinner easy way out. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. It's always the right fitment, so you can follow any recipe to a T. Whether it's a vintage Italian coupe that's classic like Grandma's meatballs or a German luxury car that's as complicated as Oma's rouladen, to cook up something great in the garage, use the eBay Motors app or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
At SheFit, we know the fitness industry makes a lot of empty promises. We're done with shortcuts and quick fixes. No woman should be let down or held back, especially by her clothing. It's time to experience the only sports bra that's as strong as you are. Available in the widest range of sizes. Easy on and off, with 50% less bounce than the Nike Pro. It's time to feel real support from SheFit. Save $10 today at shefit.com/2022.
Let's talk about these lineups then. I don't mean to mock Damon, but I do always enjoy when we, I say we as a fandom, work ourselves into a frenzy before the tournaments with completely mental ideas for surprise entrants. And, we go from, it's going to be Kento Miyahara versus Hiroshi Tanahashi in the first round and Keno versus Naito. And then a day later, here's Chase Owens versus Jado. Slam says his 48 entries too many for New Japan Cup, given the struggles booking-wise that New Japan has suffered over the last year. What faith do you have that they'll be able to make this something fans will want to follow rather than dive in at the finals? Rice says, is there no way New Japan could have sourced 2 more wrestlers to enter the New Japan Cup to make the participant number 50, outside of the hypothetical novelty of having 50 wrestlers on the 50th anniversary? Is there any benefit to making the tournament field anywhere near this big? Bash says, the New Japan Cup doesn't have the spiciest lineup. Do you like the mix of juniors, heavies, and young lions in the cup? I think it's good for the young lions to be in so they can get some experience in singles matches where they're not against each other. So Damon, excuse my alarm, what were your initial reactions to the list of names?
People are going to need that alarm to have this fucking tournament. Trust me. Just the fuck up. Look, it is complete and utter nonsense. Let's be honest. That they used everyone they could to fucking fill out that. Is there anybody on that roster that you can think of off the top of your head that is, besides like Jay White, who's not coming over? Is there anybody else that you could think of that is not on that fucking bracket? They've used every human being they possibly could that is associated with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
That's what makes me think that maybe it was 50 initially, but then they lost 2 guys for whatever reason. Also notable, Juice and Finlay not coming over. So, that kind of makes me think they're not might coming be back. Done.
Yeah. Look, again, as I said before, I think that they probably had other ideas to fill out that bracket, and they were caught between a rock and a hard place, and they, I don't know, for whatever reason, they couldn't change. I don't know. Or they didn't. And they just said, fuck it, we're just going with this. I'm just like the random buys. You know what I mean? Like, it just seemed like...
people are so upset about that. We got questions on that. Mark says, By the way, I don't understand how the buys work. It bisects the roster unevenly. What big names do you think can go bye-bye before round 2? And what would you like to see buy at the biannual title challenge? Hey guys, it's me, JM says, I'm begging you to justify how every person to not have to compete in the first round of the New Japan Cup earn their buy. There must be a reason, and it's up to you to find it. So we're looking at guys like Wato, Tenzan, Togo, Kanemaru, Fardley, Gedo, Kojima, Fujita, Suzuki, Tamatonga, Tiger Mask, Tangaloa, El Phantasmo, Sanada, Doki, and Ishimori all getting buys to the second round. And I mean, the simple answer is that if they put all those guys in the first round, then the first round will be fucking unwatchable. So they've just done it for the sake of trying to spread out the shit matches evenly across the first and the second rounds. If you're telling me to find a kayfabe reason why these people have got buys,
I mean, the best I could come up with is there was a massive rock paper scissors game, and there's your winners. It makes no sense. I don't know. No one knows. No one. Who knows, right? And here's the thing too. They had to do it because are you really going to sit through that first round? That first round would be just a fucking nightmare. So yeah, this New Japan Cup would last, after the final bell of the winner, would be like, okay, G1 starts. Christ, it'd be terrible. Joe. I look. I wish I had an answer. It makes no sense. A lot of this is just filler. It feels like, to me, I think you follow the champions to find your next challengers. I don't think there's any champions that go on to, super deep in this. But yeah, you're looking for your champions for title defenses to fill out your shows later on. But yeah, it's like looking at this, it just gives me a fucking headache. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing too. Like predicting this is an absolute for I would say for more than half of this is just flip a fucking coin, right? You mean to tell me? I mean, you would think. I don't know. I mean, you tell me. Like SEMA versus.
Let's start pick'ems.
Are we going to do them? Okay. All right. Let's do it.
You got the bracket there?
Yeah.
All right. Now, because there's 48 minutes, we're going to have to be quite quick with this. So I'm just going to be brief, unless I feel that there's something to say about the particular matchup. Okay. Let's start from top left. Okada against Despy. Is the non-zero chance of Despy winning?
0.
Yeah, 0. Okay, so Okada's winning there.
Okay. Yep, I go Okada there as well.
But nice showcase for Despy, and nice that they're doing the heavyweight champ versus junior champ match, even if it's not at the anniversary show. So I'm glad that they got that in, and it should be a fun match. Then
Yano Taguchi.
How are we going to do this with the buys? Okay, yeah, let's do Yano Taichi.
Oh, you do
again. That one's quite tricky because you never know with Yano. But I believe Taichi went out very early on last year, so I'm going to pick Taichi to win this one.
Yeah, I would hope. I mean, to see Yano versus, because the next match would be against Tenzan, who got a bye for whatever reason. Imagine Yano Tenzan. Holy fuck!
No, thank you.
But even Taichi Tenzan doesn't sound that appetizing. But okay,
no, Taichi Tenzan will be good. They'll kick / slap each other hard. That'll be decent. It'll be better than people think it will be.
But
so we're both going Taichi.
Sure. Yes.
And then Nagata Goto.
That's a coin flip
there.
I don't know. I mean, fucking. I think Nagata could win, but here's the thing. Again, you always try to fucking map out. So the winner of Nagata Goto faces Dick Togo, who. Why? Yeah. Again, 48. All right. We get. Oh my god. Why is he even? Okay. So to me, it makes more sense to have Goto and Togo, right? Just because all the letters are the same, you just mix them up.
And we've got this ongoing Chaos House of Torture feud, so it fits into that.
So Goto there, I will say yes, Goto.
Okay. And then we've got SEMA against Taka Michinoku. I think that's a SEMA win. Good night. Come on. Taka is the job guy. He's only there to eat pinfalls. He's not beating SEMA.
You would think. And Kanemaru would be the opponent, so it wouldn't make any sense to have Taka beat. Yeah, you're right. Okay, Seema.
Tanahashi versus Yo. Again, I think a nice showcase match for Yo. That's one that I'll circle in the calendar and look forward to, but Tanahashi's winning that.
I would think so because, again, predicting the future, it would. What would you trust more? Tanahashi in the ring with Bad Luck Fale or Yo in the ring with Bad Luck Fale, who has a bye? How that has Bad Luck Fale been in a ring this year besides the Rumble?
I'm scratching my head.
You know what I mean?
I can remember.
I don't even think he's been in a. He's Chase Owens, right? Was he in there with Chase Owens or like a multi-man tag sometime? But yeah, he gets a bye, so it's got to be Tanahashi Fale, right? Yo cannot handle Fale at this point, right?
Agreed.
Okay, all right. So then I'll go Tanahashi there.
Then we've got the Team No Limit matchup here: Naito against Yujiro. I'm looking forward to that. I think they'll be pretty good, and maybe some little lore callbacks to their tag team that they had together. But Naito's winning.
Haven't had an upset yet, just FYI. But again, looking for the future, it's Geto, and it's got to be Tanahashi because Yujiro Geto. That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, okay. Naito moves on.
And then Makabe against Cobb, Jeff Cobb to win that.
Yes, because it would be Kojima Cobb who had the bye. Kojima, so I'll take Cobb. And there's no way he's fucking losing. Please, I think Jeff Cobb moves pretty fucking deep in this actually.
And then Honma against Yoshihashi. Yoshihashi is the winner.
Yeah, my brain says that. My heart says Honma. And
Honma, come on. No.
I mean, you got a fucking young lion next. Why not? I mean,
There's not a young lion next. Yes, there is. Sorry. Yeah, no, you're right. Sorry. I didn't scroll down far enough.
Come on, dude. Scared the hell out of me. I was like, "That's a fucking." And Honma could definitely win that, right? I don't know.
Are we really doing Honma against Jeff Cobb?
And then Jeff Cobb destroys him. Jeff Cobb destroys Honma. Yes, I'm going. Fuck it. I'm doing it. Honma wins. First round over Yoshihashi. Absolutely. Fuck it. Put money on it.
Okay.
I'll bet $1 American dollar.
Fine. You're on.
Got it.
It's as good as lost. Okay, let's go to the right side of the bracket. This is an interesting one. Ibushi against Great-O-Khan. Yeah. So Ibushi has been playing up on his social media that he's still injured. He's not quite ready to come back. He didn't know that he was going to be in the New Japan Cup. The company put him in the New Japan Cup without his permission, without telling him. And oh my goodness, the people on Twitter. I mean, Ibushi does attract a certain type of fan. It's some very special people. And again, I don't mean to be scornful of them because I love the fact that people like this exist. But some of the quotes, he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe the company are doing this. This is really sus. Oh, big yikes. The company rushing him back." No. And these people, like, again, I love that people just take this completely at face value, and I don't want that to change. I don't want everyone to be embittered smarks who are just full of shit like we are. But we're going to go into this match with Ibushi with his shoulder all taped up, and Okan's going to come out and be ripping the shoulder tape off and stamping on his shoulder, going, "Ah, ha, 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 ha," and these people are going to be going, "No, what's happening? I can't believe it. How can he be so unsafe? How have they done this to Ibushi?" And Okan's going to win. He's going to get the upset there. I'm fairly certain. And it's going to be very, very fun to watch.
I'm gonna put this out here because I feel like I need some of that in my life. I will if you're anywhere on the East Coast, I will drive to your area and I will buy you 2 alcoholic beverages, and I just want to sit and talk with you about life and about is there life after death. I'm going to talk about all these because it feels to me that you are a positive, probably a friendly, just you have joy in your heart, and I feel like I need that. So if you're one of those people that are going to be distraught at the idea of the great Okan stomping away on the injured Kota Ibushi, please contact us. I need your energy. I need your energy. That being said, New Japan does like to do this though. Like the guy who hasn't been in action for a while, and now you're stepping up to the plate in a pretty big tournament. First round, you're out. right? Because you haven't been in the ring and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and Okan's had this little series of singles matches.
Yeah.
He lost to Ibushi in the G1, if I'm not mistaken. And, I think Okan is someone who would need a little run in this tournament. And why would they put him up against Ibushi if not to upset him?
Right. By the way, all that I just said, nobody like that listens to this show, right? No one does that. They would hate this show. I mean, they would hate this show just for the reason that I explained. Yeah, Okan. I'm going Okan.
Then we got Yohei Oiwa against Zack Sabre Jr. Again, quite looking forward to that, just as a showcase of Oiwa's wrestling and see how far he's come so far. But Zack is winning.
Got to be Zack, right? Yep, I agree.
And then Yuto Nakashima against Aaron Hanare. It's a Hanare win.
Yes, Hanare, yep.
Bushi against Will Ospreay. They had a really good match. Was it maybe King of Pro Wrestling towards the tail end of 2019, I want to say. So this one could actually be really good, but Ospreay is winning.
No way Will is losing this match.
Yeah. Ishii against Shingo. This one is trickier. This is coming more towards coin flip territory. But I do think, given that Shingo just lost the heavyweight championship, I think he needs a run in this tournament. And also, he's a really good wrestler. So I'm picking Shingo to win and progress.
We take a bit of a dip in quality too after that banger of a match. Tangaloa making a return to New Japan rings. Will take on the winner of the Ishii Shingo match. I would think Shingo wins, but it is a coin flip. Ishii winning would not surprise me. I'm going to go Shingo.
Chase Owens against Jado. Chase Owens against Jado. Yeah, Chase Owens wins.
Is this going to be one of those, you lie down? No, you lie down. Okay, I'll lie down. One.
Yeah, it will be 5 minutes long. It will be fine. I will probably chuckle. It will be okay.
Then the winner of that match takes on the great Tiger Mask. It's got to be Chase winning, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'm with you. Chase moves on. Then what? Taguchi Evil, right?
Yes. And again, that could be quite a fun match. There'll be a lot of shenanigans in it, but Evil will win.
I would think so. If we're going by heavies beating juniors.
Then Hiromu against Sho. And again, this one is trickier. I could definitely see Sho winning this one. But the fact that it's Suzuki in the next round, I just think Sho versus Suzuki, I don't think material.
So. Hiromu versus
Hiromu to win.
Fucking Suzuki. That's crazy. I tell you what, I've seen a lot of interest in Hiromu taking a walk up to the heavyweight ranks. That would be something. That'd be fun. But Sho seems like the guy that would fit better. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Again, I don't think they would do Sho versus Suzuki.
They like Sho. They really like Sho. I'm going Sho.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it. Maybe do a similar thing that they did with Evil Ishii and just have Sho, I don't know, maybe wrestles the final 5 minutes cleanly and pulls out the win using his own skills. But yeah, that one is very, very tricky to predict. If Sho wins, I would not be shocked, but I'm picking Hiromu.
All right. Now, do we want to leave it at that? Do you want to leave it at this, and then as this thing goes on, we'll make our picks, or do you want to just do them all right now?
I think we should do the whole thing.
All right.
As is tradition. Okay, second round then, we both have Okada against Wato. Again, nice little showcase match for Wato. Having a singles match with Okada, but Okada wins.
No way. There's no way Wato pins Okada here. No way.
Then Taichi against Tenzan. Again, I think that'll be decent, and I have Taichi winning.
Taichi's got to win just because Tenzan won't be able to move at this point.
Then we would have Goto against Dick Togo, and yeah, that's a Hiroki Goto win.
Yep, I agree.
And then Seema against Kanemaru. Maybe a little bit trickier to call. I do think Seema wins this. Kanemaru is a guy who I think the New Japan don't mind lying down for outsiders, so I'm going to go for Seema to win that one.
I'm going to go Kanemaru. I don't know if you can hear it, Joel. The dog's barking right now.
Yes, I can hear it.
That's what you have to hear all fucking day long. Okay, good.
All right. I don't want to say, oh, that must be so frustrating for you, Damon.
Fuck your feelings is what I want you to say. Fuck your feelings.
Tanahashi against Fale. They got long history together. A lot of quite fun matches between them. Tanahashi wins.
Tanahashi wins. Yes, I agree.
Naito against Gedo. Naito wins.
Yes.
Then Jeff Cobb against Kojima. Jeff Cobb wins.
Yeah.
And then I have Yoshihashi against Fujita, and I have Yoshihashi winning. You have Honma against Fujita, presumably Honma win.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. Then other side of the bracket, I have, we both have Great Okan versus Ishimori, and I think Great Okan wins.
I do too, yes.
Then Zack Sabre Jr. against Doki, which a really fun match. I would look forward to that a lot. Zack wins.
Yes, you would think yes.
The Hinare against Sanada, I think that's a win for Sanada.
I'm going to say Hinare, who then challenges for the U.S. strap. Am I fucking mind now?
No, I would that would surprise me, but I wouldn't be like, oh my god, what are you doing, New Japan?
Because here's the thing. If you look at the next bracket, it's Will, right, who beats Bushi in the first round, who would wrestle, who gets a bye, El Phantasmo, right? Right? So then...
Yes.
So I don't think Will Ospreay is going to challenge for the U.S. title, right? So Sanada's got to... Go ahead.
He might.
Come on. He just got the fucking world title. And you need to you need to finally give Hinare a push, right?
So what, are you saying that the way your brackets play out, you have Ospreay against Hinare?
Yes.
Empire versus Empire?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I suppose that brings us on to the next one, which is Ospreay against ELP. Now, I do think Will Ospreay wins, but they have a long history together.
They do.
And in their singles matches, El Phantasmo is actually 3-2 ahead of Ospreay. So if we're doing this El Phantasmo heavyweight thing, do not be completely stunned if ELP picks up the upset win over Ospreay. I don't think he will, but there's a non-zero chance of ELP winning that.
That's a good spot for him. Yeah, it is a good spot for him. And we haven't really had that upset, have we? Besides Ibushi, right? That's not a bad call right there. That is not a bad call right there with El Phantasmo.
Then Shingo against Tangaloa. I have Shingo winning.
Yes, I have Shingo winning.
Chase Owens against Tiger Mask, and Chase Owens winning.
Yeah, he's getting deep here. Yep.
Evil against Tamatonga. Again, that's also an interesting one, given everything that's happening with Bullet Club. But Tamatonga could win that. He could win that. But I'm picking Evil to win.
I think and again, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but it's, I think we're looking at a little GOD, and they're going to have their hands full with other shit, I think. So I'm going to go Evil.
And then I have Hiromu against Suzuki, and Hiromu winning.
I have Sho Suzuki, and I have Suzuki winning.
Okay, so going back to the left side, then we have Okada versus Taichi. This one's really hard to pick as well. My heart says Taichi. I think, Taichi would be great to finally get that win over Okada. And often you do get a big upset and someone like Taichi just making a run out of nowhere to go deep in the tournament. But I think Okada wins.
Have the guts. Taichi gets a win. Challenges for the fucking title.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, there's that, what would be the Sumo Hall Turbo team. I can't remember what the show's called.
I mean, Okada's got to lose, right? So Okada's got to lose. He's got to set up some challengers. And I look at the bottom of the fucking bracket. Who's the guy? Naito? Jeff Cobb? Like Cobb is not meeting Okada until like the semifinals, right? Is that where Okada gets his loss, or is it before that?
I can't tell you. That would be spoiling my bracket.
But that's really what it comes down to. Like, does Okada lose to someone to set up a challenge, in anywhere in that bracket before Jeff Cobb? Because I feel like Jeff Cobb is his next challenge, right? And so it could be, we could go the easy way and just have Okada blaze through to the end with Jeff Cobb on the bottom of the left bracket going up, and it's Okada and Cobb in the finals with Cobb winning, setting up, a challenge. I would have no problem with that if that's the way you're going to go. We could get rid of this early and say Taichi.
I would love it if Taichi wins. I would say I'm 70-30 on Okada, and for the sake of these pick'ems, I'm going with Okada. But
Okay.
you saying Taichi gets the upset here?
Listen, I'm the one that's sticking my neck out for everything. I wanted you to. It's your guy. That's your boy.
No, I'm a coward.
All right. I'm with you then. I'm in the coward's boat. I say Okada wins.
Okay, so I have then Goto against CIMA. You would have Goto against Kanemaru. I'm actually picking CIMA to go through. Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going Goto.
Then I have Tanahashi against Naito. And Naito wins.
Ooh. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That would be back-to-back big losses for Tanahashi. Yeah, I guess he's the guy that's going to have to do it.
It's Tanahashi. He's Teflon.
Yeah.
Losses don't hurt him. Then I have Jeff Cobb against Yoshihashi and Jeff Cobb to win. You have Jeff Cobb against Honma.
Yep, Cobb destroys him. On he goes.
Okay, right side, I have Okan against Zach. Again, this was very tough to call. I could see Zach go deep in this tournament as well, but I am picking Okan here to avenge his G1 loss. So Okan to go through.
Yeah, I'm going Okan too, because here's the thing. Zach always goes deep in this. Doesn't it feel like he always goes deep in New Japan Cup? Let's give Okan a shot.
Then I have SANADA against Ospreay, and I actually have SANADA winning here. I could see him doing his little clutch roll-up thing and getting the win over Ospreay.
I have Hanare against Ospreay, and I think Ospreay wins.
Then I have Shingo against Chase Owens. That's an easy win for Shingo.
Yeah, Shingo wins.
And then Evil against Hiromu. Yeah, really tough to call. It would not stun me if Hiromu finally wins, but I think Hiromu Evil is a long-term rivalry that they want going on where Hiromu has really got to struggle for that win. So I'm picking Evil to beat Hiromu. And you would have Evil against Suzuki?
Yeah. I would have to have Show versus Evil at that point. And that doesn't seem very likely, does it?
So you had Show beating Suzuki in the previous round?
Yeah, by some fucking shenanigan. Yeah. I just don't see Suzuki working more than fucking 2 nights, to be honest with you. That's really it. Yeah, but now I'm looking at it, it's like Evil Show. That ain't gonna fucking happen, is it? Yeah, I guess I fucked my bracket, but I'll just say Show goes on. I mean, Evil goes on.
Okay, and I have Okada against CIMA, and again, this is my end game. A nice big singles match against Okada for CIMA, but Okada wins and goes through to the semis.
Yeah, Okada makes it to the semis here.
So what have you got? Okada Goto there?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I have Naito against Jeff Cobb. I have Jeff Cobb getting his win back from Wrestle Kingdom and Jeff Cobb going to the semis.
Exactly as well.
Then I have Okan against SANADA, and I have Okan winning, getting back his win from Wrestle Kingdom and setting up a future US title challenge.
So I would have Okan versus fucking Ospreay, and that doesn't really make much sense, does it?
You got Ospreay just blowing through his United Empire buddies.
Yeah, I mean, she's fucking pinned 2 of them. Yeah, fuck me, why not? I don't give a shit. Go ahead, do it.
And then I've got Shingo against Evil, and I'm picking Shingo to win.
Yes, me too, I have that.
Then semi-final, I've got Okada against Jeff Cobb, and I have Jeff Cobb winning and going to the finals.
That is what I have.
I'm going to quickly do strong because Rocky has decided to pay me in NFTs, and I'm not really happy about that. We've got to the bottom. So this episode we had DKC and Kevin Knight against Midnight Heat. I like Midnight Heat as the old school throwback sort of 80s territory heel tag team with their gear and music in here. That was good. I'd like to see more of them. Fred Rosser versus Gabe Kidd had a really good match, and they hit each other very hard as expected, so do check that one out. And it's been a tough week for Gabe Kidd. He said last night that he's not well. He's taken some time off to recover because, last week I was praising him for his shit-talking Daniel Garcia, and I was looking at that through the lens of a pro wrestler building up a pro wrestling match. But in retrospect, and in light of the Twitter first, it looks more like someone, to be honest, in the middle of a manic episode. And I grew up with a mother with bipolar disorder. Like, when she was in the middle of an episode, she could start a friggin' argument in an empty room. So whilst I don't think Twitter helped things, I don't think it was the direct cause of them either. I think all things considered, that wasn't the behaviour of a happy, healthy individual. As a side note, I do think all New Japan wrestlers should receive social media training to mitigate things like this, but knowing how to tweet properly isn't going to be a magical cure-all for someone who's already struggling with their mental health. So I'm glad he's being taken care of. I'm glad he's open and honest about it, and hope he gets well soon.
Yeah, I will say this, that your mom's MySpace, it was off the fucking rails, dude. I remember that.
Just
that was
unhinged.
crazy. Yeah, she was out of her mind.
Also, let's get Fred Ross into Japan. If we're talking new visas, I think he's got to be close to the top of the list for me. And we had main event Jay White versus Jay Lethal, which was really good. I am actually enjoying these Jay White against veteran matches. They're putting a lot of thought into them. Some really nice stories being told, good psychology and good counters and reversals. So again, I do think that one is worth checking out. It's been a big week for Jay White. He had a pretty good match with Trent on Rampage. He's kicked Guerrilla's Destiny out of Bullet Club on Impact. He brought in the Good Brothers. In-ring answers, I feel as soon as Jay White is ready to come back to Japan, he shoots right back to the top of New Japan. Do you feel he's the one to take it off Okada? Clayton says, what will the outcome of the Bullet Club Civil War be once Jay returns to Japan? Multiverse A says, it seems that Jay White is creating an all-star version of the Bullet Club across New Japan, AEW and Impact. Do you think this will help revitalise interest in Bullet Club and New Japan? Or does it seem to be a story that really only brings interest to Jay and not New Japan?
Look, he's making the most out of his time in the United States, right? And he's not going to leave the United States until he gets the green card situation ironed out. And why would he, being that he's living his best fucking life right now? He's on national television. He's obviously in love. He has a wonderful piece of property. Again, why? Why? So again, he's not going to ruin that situation. When that gets ironed out, I'm sure we will see him in a New Japan ring. But until that time, he's making the most of a situation that, quite honestly, I think a lot of people would be jealous of.
All right, well, that will do it for today. I need to go to work, so redcircle.com/shows/super-j-cast if you want to throw some money our way. Discord link, you can DM me on Twitter, and I'll send that to you, at Cobra Kawaii, and prowrestlingtees.com/super-j-cast for our great t-shirts. Big thank you to editor Dan. You can find him on Twitter at LousyHero219. Subscribe to the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network. They've got a new show up there about Eurograps with our friend Neil David, so do check that out. Give us a 5-snake review on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at SuperJcast. Thank you everyone for listening, and goodbye.
Gearheads know that some projects need so many parts, it feels like you need a whole storage unit just to store them. That's what eBay Motors' 122 million parts are for. Think of it as your virtual parts garage. They've always got the right fitment at the right prices. Use the eBay Motors app or visit ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.